We are recording because that's what we do when we come into Dekalb County. Hey, look, it's the crook Ray Nelson.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm here to speak to a supervisor of some sort.
Okay, of what? Of who?
I was just talking to somebody named Klein, I think. She'll do. This is going to be entertaining.
Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Patrick.
All right. I'm not interested in filing a complaint just yet. First of all, I would like a copy of. She kept telling me I had to come over here if I want to see the policy that she claims to be enforcing.
Yeah.
That's not a complaint form that I need. I need a copy of the policy.
I'm not giving you a copy of our policy.
Okay.
You can fill out a form if you're unhappy about something, and then I'll address it with you. So here's the form.
Why? What is so hard about getting a copy of the policy?
Because we don't give copies of our policy.
Why is that? Because the
You're
policy doesn't exist?
You're welcome to fill.
If this policy exists,
I'm not going to stand here and argue with you. I'm not.
I understand you don't like when
understand
people
what-
question your
I'm-
all authority, but I really don't
I'm not
care.
having a problem with you questioning my authority. This is our process. You can fill out this
And the
form.
last time I did this, okay, since you want me to fill out a complaint form, the last time I filled out a complaint form about one of your officers assaulting me, which would have been on video, I heard absolutely nothing back. So why would I fill out another one? All I want is a copy of the policy at this point.
This is what you can do. This is what your option is to fill out
Do you have
this
a
form.
supervisor?
And
I would like your supervisor.
it's Sheriff Scott. He's not in the office.
Well, then get somebody else who you answer to.
You can fill out this form.
And it will do absolutely no good like it did
won't.
last time.
It will do good. It will do
I would
good.
like a copy of the policy.
Here's the form.
As a citizen of
Okay.
this country, I
I'm
have a
not
right to
gonna
the copy
argue
of the policy.
This is the form. You're welcome to fill it out, and I'll leave it right here for you.
I'll take a look at your form, but I'm still wanting a copy of the policy. I was told to come here for the copy of the policy. You think if this policy exists, it wouldn't be that hard to get a hold of. Yeah, this is absolutely useless because you guys do not police yourself. Who can I speak to that will actually help?
You'll need to continue speaking with Lieutenant.
Unfortunately, you saw what just happened. She walked away. Who can I speak to who will actually help?
Let me talk to her because she gave you paperwork.
Paperwork that will do absolutely nothing and does not address my concern. Will you let me know when somebody's on their way?
Did you want to fill a form out, Mr. Speaker?
That doesn't address, I have 3 different concerns, and that doesn't even address any of them, so the form really does me no good.
Well, that's how it's going to get addressed. So.
Okay, but I have 3 separate concerns. I was told to come here for a policy, which apparently is just an unreasonable request. I have another time I filled out one of those forms and absolutely nothing happened.
No, you didn't like the answers.
No. I was never informed of anything. Nothing happened on it. I was assaulted by one of your officers in the courthouse.
Here's the form. You can fill it out. Or
Is there somebody I can speak to who actually cares to do their job?
Is the camera still rolling?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fine. You have the form to fill out.
The form does not address my concerns.
Okay. Well. Okay.
Where's a copy of the policy?
Have a nice
How
day.
hard is it?
You've been given the answer on that, Mr. Steger.
Can I speak to somebody who actually wants to help? I can sit here all day asking the same question. Does anybody actually care about helping in this county? I'll go back to the courthouse, ask for their policy. Because you guys apparently don't want to help. You have anybody in the building that would like to help a citizen with a valid concern?
All I can do is get the chief for you again.
Was that the chief?
That is the chief.
Well, then I'd be more than happy to talk to him again. Because I'm not leaving. I know my rights. It's a simple request. And you guys aren't big on the Constitution out here, but it does exist, and you will be held accountable for your breaches of it. Is somebody on their way that would like to help? No? You don't want to help either? You don't want to do your job? I know it's inconvenient. Constitution. Is somebody on their way? Would that be a yes? Would that be a no? Can you guys contact the state police? Funny part is, if I didn't have this camera, I'd already be locked up for daring to ask that the public servants serve the public.
It is, so don't worry.
Hey, more crooks into the building. I have some very simple requests. They're very, very simple.
Yes. Yep. This is on you. These are mine. I'm just trying to say what to do with these.
So at the very least, I think I have a right to know the result of your supposed investigation when I was assaulted. Got nothing to say?
I've asked you to fill out the paperwork.
That doesn't address any of my concerns.
You need to fill
In
out
what
the
world
paperwork,
does-
and then you and I will sit and talk.
In what world does does filling out paperwork on one of my 3 concerns address my concerns? Yeah, that's right. Close the door, coward. Here, we'll do it this way. I'll put that.
Over there. But they should have that all in there upstairs, I would think. Okay,
This
Karen. Yeah, but you know, if they can't help you.
apartment is corrupt. There. There, I filled out her little form. I filled out your form.
Okay, I'll be with you in a minute. Give me a chance to review it.
No, it's not going to take long. This is what happens when citizens get tired of their rights being violated. They become angry, and they start holding people accountable. I know, accountability, it's the bane of the police office, but it is what it is.
And to the courtroom, jury assembly, deliberation rooms, judges' chambers, and access elevators and stairs. So there you are.
Okay, then how come cell phones are not routinely confiscated? Almost all cell phones these days have a camera function.
Well, I'm not going to, you know,
Well,
how we do our
you either
job
have a
is how
policy or you don't.
we have a policy, and you just heard it.
And you
So
don't
what's your
enforce
next-
that, you
what's your next
selectively
complaint?
enforce that policy.
No, we don't.
For what
This is a video camera.
For what reason do you selectively
This is a-
enforce the policy?
This is a video camera.
You know what else is a video camera? This. Would you like me to
What else-
demonstrate?
What else would you?
My first problem has not been addressed.
Well, I have addressed it. So
No, you've declared you've addressed it without actually addressing it.
Well, I've addressed it. So
No, again, just because you say something doesn't make it true.
that's all I'm going to say on that point. What's
So,
your next
so
complaint?
you are refusing to actually address my
That's all I've
concern.
said on that point. What's your next complaint?
My next complaint, why is the policy being selectively enforced, if you want to go that way?
It is not. Okay.
It is absolutely being selectively enforced. You can't just declare things and expect that that makes them true. If there is a policy that says recording devices are prohibited in a courthouse, and you're not enforcing that policy for all recording devices, you are not enforcing the policy. So, why is it being selectively enforced?
I disagree with you. It's not being selectively enforced.
But okay, I can tell you the sky is purple. Does that make it true? I can demonstrate the sky is blue. If I say it's purple, does that make it true? I entered the courthouse today with both this recording device and this recording device. This one was confiscated, this one was not, demonstrating that you are selectively enforcing your policy. So I'm curious as to why that is.
What's your next complaint?
My first complaint has not been addressed. If you don't want to address my complaints, and you can have the chief out here, and I'm sure he won't address my complaints either, and then I'll go to the state police.
What's your next
Can you call the state police if you don't want to do your job?
What is your next complaint? You can call the state police if you like to. Go right ahead.
Why are you against actually addressing my concern?
I am addressing
You
your
haven't
concern.
addressed my concern in
Well,
the
I am.
least. You have lied to me, which I'm sorry, but for a public
What is your
official, I
next-
find unacceptable.
What is your next complaint, Mr. Stater?
I will move on to my next complaint when you've actually addressed my first complaint.
Okay. I will give you a few seconds to form your next complaint, and then I'm going to go back to my office and actually get to
How
some.
about we talk to the chief? If you want to do your job, I know the chief doesn't want to do his job anyway, but I am in the holding everybody accountable for their actions phase of my day. Are you calling the chief for me? Do I need to call the number to get the chief to help me? Hi, I'm in the lobby of the Dekalb County Sheriff's Office. I was speaking to I think the last name is Klein. I have some concerns that I'm trying to bring in front of her, but she's refusing to address those concerns, so I'm curious, and nobody here will actually call the chief to actually address those concerns. So I'm curious if you can have the chief come out to the lobby of the Dekalb County Sheriff's Office. I have, and they are basically just looking at me with blank stares. My name is Patrick Steger. Why is that relevant? I just want the chief in the lobby. Yes. Which is not good enough. I want to speak to somebody. He did not speak to me. He told me to talk to him in writing, which is not good enough. You guys are public servants. I don't need somebody to run away like a coward just because my questions are inconvenient. I have questions. I would like them addressed. I fully understand. You guys don't like being held accountable. I am here to hold you guys accountable. I have questions. I have the right to speak to somebody. The fact that people want to run away from me is not my concern. I want to speak to somebody. And he was too much of a coward to speak to me. I am a citizen of the United States of America. I have rights to actually talk to the people who are supposedly enforcing the laws. I know in Dekalb County everybody is corrupt as hell, but I really don't care. Well, who do I speak to then? which is not good enough. Who do I speak to? There has to be somebody who isn't a coward. Well, then we need to get somebody else here. There has to be somebody who is willing to speak like a man or a woman. I need to speak to somebody who won't run away. Seriously, I have some simple concerns. Just because people are too afraid to actually back up their actions is not my concern. You guys can't just act however you want because you want to. You guys are accountable to the public. You guys are public servants. You can't run away from them every time somebody wants to ask you why you are doing what you are doing.
I'm just a secretary.
I understand that, but I can't exactly go banging on doors now, can I?
Well, I'm a secretary.
So I will continue to ask for somebody to speak to until a public servant actually starts acting like one. Secretary or not, you work for this department.
I have no powers to be, so.
I understand that. I really don't care. You have more power than I have.
Well, did the deputy talk to you?
No, I was told that he would not talk to me, which is not acceptable. He is a public servant.
Well, if he won't talk to you, then I can't enforce anything, so.
Then who do we call who will? Who in this building is not a coward?
Sir, I can't help you.
I understand that. Who in this building is not a coward? You can't help me. Somebody in this building can. Now, whether they're willing to or not is another question, but my concern is not their cowardice.
Sir, the only thing I can tell you, if the deputy doesn't feel that it is a police matter, then...
It is absolute. The abuse perpetrated by the police is absolutely a police matter.
Then you need to take it to the state police if you're not happy with our response.
So nobody in this building wants to actually be accountable for their own actions.
If you're not satisfied with our department, you can take it up with the state police.
Well, then how about we get a trooper here?
Then you need to call the state police.
So now it's up to me to call
Yes.
people when I'm at the police station. It's up to me to get people who are willing to actually do their job here. Do you understand my confusion? I know you're being instructed to ignore, but you are public servants. Does anybody here actually care that they took an oath to the Constitution? Because it appears not. You are all cowards. Every last one of you. Is there somebody in this building who is not a coward? You seem to have a lot to say to other people. Do you have anything to say for yourself? You are being recorded, which is perfectly legal.
Excuse me.
You are a coward, ma'am. Too bad there's a glass door, huh? Or a glass wall. How many cowards are in this building? There has to be one that isn't. Is every last person in this building a coward? Does anybody care about the oath they took? You will all be held accountable for your actions. That's what this is a part of. I understand that scares you because you know how corrupt you have been. I don't care. Is there anybody who is not a coward? Anybody at all? Bound to be somebody. I won't bother the cleaning crew because they haven't taken an oath to uphold a constitution that they apparently care nothing for. I have simple concerns. I'd be out of here in 5 minutes if somebody would actually address them. That's kind of what the police are supposed to do. You are not in an ivory tower where you cannot be questioned. You are accountable for your actions. It's not hard. It's not hard. Are you proud of being cowards? Will you be coward your entire life? Is that why you became police in the first place? So you didn't have to answer to the common person? Why do you hate being held accountable so much? Why do you hate simple questions that are easy to answer? If you guys think I'm going to give up, you don't know me. I could be out of here in 5 minutes. All people have to do is not be cowards. Is that hard? I've waited patiently for a couple hours now. We see where correspondence in writing gets us. Absolutely nowhere. I apologize for what you're going to be witnessing here.
Sorry?
Oh, I apologize for the commotion that is being stirred up by these cowards.
Yes, I'm here to pick up a photo order. Actually, supposed to be sitting in a fishbowl. Okay.
All we want to do is talk to somebody. It's not hard. Got to be one non-coward in this building. Well, this is Dekalb County, so I guess there doesn't have to be.
Is there someplace we can go private?
I apologize, sir. Is anybody in the building not a coward? That's all I'm asking. Simple concerns. They should really be addressed. Nobody like accountability? Is it the camera that scares you? Oh no? A camera that we can't make stuff up in a report? Is this why you won't talk? Does the person you're on the phone with know you're a coward? You should probably change the slogan on your patch from "to serve and protect" to "oppress and steal." It's more accurate, especially in this county. Nobody serves in the sheriff department. All they want to do is collect them fees by making shit up. I got simple concerns. And I have no doubt that if it wasn't for this camera, I would be in jail right now because you guys could make up anything you want.
Mr. Blue, Drummer Blue. This is a nice young kid. 2 years ago, he was out for a couple of bunnies driving around.
Nothing to say for yourself or your actions? Serve and protect? Is this what you're doing? Serving and protecting by being afraid? By being a coward? Serve and protect who? Yourself or the public? I don't see any serving and protecting going on here. Funny how everybody has run away. We're all afraid of the man with the camera. We don't want a witness that doesn't lie like a camera, do we? Ah, bunch of cowards. Leave this going for the moment. Walking into Corruption Central here. So unsurprisingly, nobody across the street actually felt like talking, so.
Okay, so you're going to turn on the video.
No, I'm not.
Antonio.
Why is your policy being selectively enforced? That's my only question that nobody seems to want to answer.
I got a policy.
No, I've been read the policy.
You read it?
The policy's been read to me.
Okay.
It says no recording devices are allowed in the courtrooms. I can't remember if it said specifically the courthouse. My question is, if the policy says no recording of devices of any kind are allowed even in the courthouse, why is that policy being selectively enforced? It was read to me. I just want to know why the policy is being selectively enforced. If you confiscate this, which is currently recording, and you confiscate this, which is currently audio recording, well, you don't confiscate this. That's the problem. Why is it being selectively enforced? I know you guys have all been told not to talk because you're cowards, but I mean, that's why you became police, because you're cowards. That's obvious.
Do you have any business in here?
I'm asking for clarification on the policy.
We do not allow recording equipment.
Then how come the policy is being selectively enforced? Sorry about that. Why is the policy being selectively enforced? It's a simple question. If you want to abide by the policy, you got to abide by the policy. You can't pick and choose what you want to enforce. You're supposed to uphold the law. Yeah, run away like a coward. I'm surprised this guy hasn't run away yet. Were you born a coward, or is it something that comes naturally when you get a badge? It's a simple question. I don't see why it's so hard to answer. Would anybody like the YouTube address that this is going to be going up on tonight? Would you like the YouTube address?
Pardon?
Would you like the YouTube address that this is all going to be going up on tonight?
Do I? No.
Okay. I mean, it's a simple question. Why is the policy being selectively enforced? I don't see why it's so hard to answer. Does anybody have an answer?
Yeah.
You don't have an answer either? Did you want the YouTube address? Why are you so afraid of cameras?
I'm not afraid. I'm standing right here.
Well,
I like
that was mainly addressed at her. I know we've had mostly positive interactions. You don't seem like a complete tool like the rest of the Dekalb County. But the fact that you work with the corrupt people, like the person over there, it kind of works against you. It's a simple question. I will leave. Even if the answer is because we feel like it. I'll leave. I just want to answer my question. You either want to enforce the policy or you don't want to enforce the policy. You can't pick and choose. In case anybody's curious, on Thursday, the eavesdropping law was completely struck down after 2 years of being unenforceable. So, nobody has an answer? Why is everybody in this county a coward? I don't understand. Simple questions can't be answered because why do the almighty police in their ivory tower need to answer to anybody? You guys aren't above the law. You don't have any extra rights because you hold a badge. You are under more scrutiny because you hold a badge. And the fact that you often abuse your powers is wrong and needs to be addressed. So why are we selectively enforcing policies that we pick and choose when we're going to do it? That I sat around for 2 hours over at the sheriff's office berating them as well, so we'll see how long I feel like doing it here. All I need is an answer. It's real simple. I think I'm within my rights to ask for an answer.
Read this paragraph.
Oh, I'm aware that the policy exists.
You read that? Read that for me. You want to read together?
I can read on my own.
School, read out loud.
I don't need to read out loud.
Get that on video.
I suppose I can do that.
Yeah.
I haven't had the chance to read it all yet.
Want me to read it to you?
If you feel like reading it to me.
It was read to you, right? This same thing?
I don't know if it's the same thing.
Okay. Let me get to the meat and potatoes of this thing here for you. All right, video recording equipment. You can have it, but not in here. You don't have the judicial permission to be here with a recording device. So
I understand.
Therefore, I would either have to ask you to leave or come in. We would have to hold that.
I understand there's a policy against recording in the courthouse.
All right, so I mean, we just went over it, right?
I understand.
We just went over it, right?
But the question I have is how come the policy is selectively enforced?
It's not selected. Anybody that comes in with one of those is confiscated.
It is a cell phone, not a recording device.
It's a recording device.
Then how come they aren't?
I can take that, but I can't take that.
Why can't you take this?
Policy doesn't say we can.
It's a recording device. No recording devices are
You
allowed.
wanted to see it, right? I just went over it.
I understand that, but you're avoiding the question. That's what everybody's doing. There is a policy in place. The legality of that policy is questionable. You can't record in courtrooms, but there shouldn't be anything that you can't record in a courthouse. Many states allow you to do that. The problem is you're confiscating only the recording devices you feel like confiscating. You either want to enforce the policy or you don't.
So what should we do?
You either enforce the policy or you strike it down. I know that would cause a lot of overhead when you got 50,000 cell phones sitting over here, but that's really not my problem.
So are we done here, or you want to just keep going or what?
Well, I appreciate actually attempting to give an answer.
Okay. You want to? Okay. You leaving?
For now, I'm going to go record some traffic stops and things like that.
You can do that.
Keeping everybody accountable.
You can do that.
Have a nice day. I just figured on my way back by to see if everybody still wants to be cowards in here. Oh, there's a coward. I've had some operations with him. Are you a coward as well, sir? I already know the answer to that, but... Is that why you became a cop? To bully people? Be a coward? That's what I thought.